This is question number 12. The question says, on the grid, draw the graph of y is equal to 4x minus 3 for values of x from minus 2 to 3. It's really important that you read through this question thoroughly and you understand what it means by 4x minus 3. 4x minus 3 means to times by 4 and then take away 3. So for all the x values, we're going to times them all by 4 and then take away 3. Okay, so first thing, the important thing to do is to draw and complete the table. So produce a table. The x values, as you can see from what they've said to us, x is from minus 2 to 3. So I'm going to go minus 2. Well, if I start from the top end, 3, 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2. But I need to make sure that x values that I use are minus 2 to minus 3. I always say start at the top end when you're working out y. So I need to times by 4, that's what 4x means, and then take away 3. So 3 times 4 is 12, 12 take away 3 is 9. Do the same to 2, 2 times 4 is 8, take away 3 is 5, 1 times 4 is 4, take away 3 is 1. Now can you see the pattern? They're going down by 4, so the next one is going to be minus 3, the next one is going to be minus 7, and then the next one minus 11. Okay, so make sure you're okay with that. Next thing is to draw the axes. That's the x-axis. It's x is across and the x-axis is going across. Make sure you draw it and label it. That's the y-axis. Now, I always mark the center 0 with a little O going through them, and now we need to get the right spacing. We've labeled the x and y axes. We need to make sure we get the right spacing going through. So I'm going to use 2 on the x-axis, 2 squares to represent every one. So I start from the center, count out 2, then put a little mark, count out 2, then put a little mark, count out 2, then put a little mark. This is the mistake that a lot of people make, right? So you need to make sure that the spacing is the same on an axis, all the way across the axis. They could be different between the axes, but on a single axis, the spacings I've used 1, 2, 3, right? So 2 squares between each of them. And now I just need to label up the numbers. On the y-axis, I've gone up in individual ones because I need to go all the way up to 9 and then all the way down to minus 11. On the x-axis, I've gone across to 3 and then across the other way to minus 3. That's actually one beyond where I should go. I should have just gone to minus 2. Now I need to plot the points. So 3, 9, 3 along, 9 up, 2 along, 5 up. So along the corridor, up the stairs, 1 along, 1 up. Then from 0, go down to minus 3. From 1, go down, minus 1, go down to minus 7, and minus 2 all the way down to minus 11. Join these up with a line. Put your ruler on them first and then just check that they are lined up. If they aren't, if one is out, go back and check your workings. Check that you've plotted a point correctly. You make sure you do all of this in pencil, right? People invariably make mistakes, right? You do need to be able to rub it off. Mark your points clearly and do remember to draw the line through the crosses that you've put. Check it over thoroughly, right? Make sure your scales are accurate, your scales are correct, and you've done your maths properly. You should be able to get full marks in this, definitely.